Alright, so what's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Now, in my previous video, I talked about all the new things coming to Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0 in Season 1. And the main thing that I talked about for a majority of that video was the new Prestige system. And I was talking about the Prestige system for quite a while in that video, and I still had some things that I wanted to talk about with this new system. And I want to get things off my chest, and I also want to explain to you guys clearly how it works in this game. So, I wanted to make my own dedicated video on this topic. It's not a massive deal, but it is sort of a massive deal at the same time. So just before we get started, if you are new around here, you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you do. The support from you guys recently has been amazing. Thank you so much. I've seen loads of people subscribing, I've seen loads of people watching these videos, and I just want to say thank you for your support. It's been great so far, and I only plan to carry on the amount of videos I've been making and the quality of videos I've been making. So I hope you guys have been enjoying them. If you have, make sure you subscribe, leave a like on this video, stick around, do whatever. With all that out of the way, we're just going to hop right into the Prestige system. Now, I want to start off by talking about how this Prestige system works. Since you might have clicked on this video, you might not have even read the blog post or watched any of the videos. So, I'm going to break down how this system works right now. So, at the moment in Modern Warfare 2, the highest rank you can get to is level 55. And after that, you can't do anything. Now, when Season 1 rolls around, you'll be able to enter level 56, which will put you into Prestige 1. Now, once you reach Prestige 1, this will give you an emblem, additional rewards, as they say, and a set of challenges. Now, if you complete these challenges, you'll be able to get an exclusive calling card which is tied to that prestige. So if you do all the challenges for Prestige 1, you'll get a Prestige 1 calling card, and every single time you hit Prestige, you'll get a new set of challenges. Now, in Season 1, you'll be able to hit 4 more Prestiges, which means you'll be able to get to Prestige 5, and your max rank will be 250. So you won't be able to get any higher than level 250 before Season 2 rolls around in a couple months or so. And it's the same with all the other Prestiges. You'll get a set of rewards and a new set of challenges to unlock a calling card tied to that Prestige. It's just with Season 1, you'll only be able to get to Prestige 5 level 250. Now, at the end of Season 1, you can rank up from whenever you want to. So if you buy the game in Season 3, you haven't prestige yet, obviously, you can get to level 56 and you can just carry on from there. There's no sort of pressured time limits for the seasons like there was in the previous games. Let's say you get to level 240 in Season 1. Once Season 2 rolls around, you're not going to be reset back down to 56. You're going to stay at level 240. Once you hit 250, you'll hit Prestige 5. So basically, this is what they mean when they say it's a persistent prestige system. Your rank will stay the same no matter what. And like I said earlier, if you don't get the game until Season 3, you haven't missed out on 2 seasons of prestiges. You can start from level 56 and go all the way up until prestige 15, I think it'll be by Season 3. So you don't miss out on anything if you don't get the max rank. Before, with Black Ops Cold War, if you didn't get to level 200 a certain season, let's say with Season 1 you had to get to prestige 7, if you didn't get to prestige 7 level 200 in that season, you would miss out on a prestige. And by the time Season 6 rolls around, you can't get to the max prestige, which is I think 27. You'd only be able to get to 26. So you basically miss out on some progression just for no reason. And the changes they've made to this prestige system is definitely for the best. This basically means that if you have a life outside Call of Duty, you're not going to miss out on any prestiges, any, you know, progression or whatever. You can hop in and do that at any time. You can do it a couple months from now, you can do it a few years from now if you want to. But you will never miss out on the progression that is introduced into this game, which I think is very, very good. That is a solid thing they've done and a massive improvement on the seasonal prestiges from before. However, the problem I have with this persistent prestige system is that you are basically held back if you grind this game a lot. So I reckon when this season comes out, I could probably hit level 250 in a couple weeks, 3 weeks, maybe max a month, right? So I'm going to hit level 250. I'm going to be prestige 5, but all that time after that, bro, I'm going to be playing Warzone 2, Modern Warfare 2, Spec Ops, whatever it is. All that XP that I earn through that is going to be going nowhere. It's going to be going into a void. Nothing's going to be done with it. So basically, I'm making progress that I can't actually capitalize on. It's just lost, which is really annoying because that was actually one of the great innovations from the seasonal prestige the Black Ops Cold War and Vanguard brought, was that if you got to the max prestige of that season, you got to level 200, you could carry on to level 1000. Granted, there wasn't much incentive to do that, but it didn't really feel like your XP was wasted, especially because you could go into the barracks and look at your level 500. You could go back and be like, yeah, I did that season. I got to level 500. I'm proud of myself. And there wasn't actually a system in place to display that. You couldn't display it to anyone else unless you took a screenshot of it or something. But it was still nice to have. You know that you did that, which felt good. However, with this new season, there's nothing beyond level 250 for the first season. Now, obviously, for someone who doesn't sweat out the game and doesn't hit max rank every season, or maybe gets the game later on, this isn't going to be an issue, because you're going to be able to carry on playing however you would, and you're going to get to a max rank eventually. Let's say, what is it, Prestige 25, 30, Season 6? You're going to hit that max rank eventually, which is going to be fine. But at the moment where it stands, we're only a week away from this season coming out, and this is the system that is in play. I mean, obviously they can add rewards beyond 250. You can maybe get to levels beyond it, but you can't do that, because the way that this works is that you're not going to be able to get to level 500 until season 2. So I can't go up to 500 with the XP that I earn and then be reset back down to 250 just get to 500 again. Not only is that annoying for me, so I'm unlocking something I've already done, but that was the whole thing with the seasonal prestige, is that your rank was being reset and it wasn't fun. The way that it works now, you're not losing your levels, but you just have a cap on how far you can go. And obviously there's always a cap before on the prestige you could get to with the OG prestige system. It was, you know, max prestige level 1000, but that was such a far beyond goal that it was something that you could strive for in a few months of playing the game. I mean, granted, people unlocked that in a couple months of playing the game, like people who sweated it out, but that was sort of like an ultimate goal. Like, once you got the game, people's goal would be to get to level 1000. That was something you wanted to do. Max prestige level 1000, but the way it stands now, that's something that they've sort of chopped up and is being drip fed to us over 6 seasons, where it can be an ultimate goal, but nobody's going to get it until August, September of 2023, and that's because they've literally locked us away from getting this final rank. And this is annoying for me, because I've been level 55 since like day 3 or 4 of Modern Warfare 2 coming out, and all the XP I've earned between then and now has gone into a void. I felt like I've done nothing with it, whereas before I could probably be like prestige 3, prestige 4 by now, and I'd be well on my way to getting that level 1000. But at the moment where it stands, all that XP, all that progression is meaningless. Someone could get the game today, play the game 7 days straight, get to level 55, they're technically at the same spot as I am. Let's use an example for this. Let's say I'm in a 200-meter sprint with Usain Bolt, right? Obviously, if it's just a 200-meter sprint just straight there, I'm going to lose. But let's say there's a 25-meter interval where you can only get there in, let's say, 7 seconds. So if you get there before 7 seconds, you are held in place and you're not allowed to advance the next 25 meters until that 7 seconds is up. So he could book it there and get there in like, what, 3-4 seconds? I don't really know how quick he can run, but let's say he gets there that quick and I jog along and I get there at the 6th second. We are technically on the same playing field. If we get to the 175th meter, we're going to be in the same place, whereas if it was just a 200-meter sprint, he would be clear. He would be miles away from me. So this is what I'm saying. It feels like people like me who are sweating out the game, who are trying to get the Orion camo, or, you know, people who just play the game naturally more than other people, they're being held back in their progression, and it seems unfair on those people. And this isn't even something like, oh, they're promoting newer players, they're helping newer players. It's not something that necessarily helps them. It's better for them, sure, but this isn't a change or an addition that is necessarily targeted at them, like, say, I don't know, skill-based matchmaking or something like that. That is something that is designed to help the casual fan base and the newer players. But something like this isn't designed, in my opinion, for the newer players. It's just the way progression works. But instead of actually helping the casual players and let them do better, it's more so holding back people like me, who I could probably be at Prestige 2, Prestige 4 by now, whereas if someone picked up the game today, they'd be level 1. But the thing is, someone could pick up the game now, play for 4 or 5 days straight, and they'd be on the same playing field as me. Now, is there anywhere we can go from here? Is there any way that we can improve this Prestige system? You know, is there any changes they can make in Season 2 or beyond to make this fair for people like me? One idea I did have is that once you hit the max level and the max Prestige for a season, you had a sort of secondary level where it wasn't necessarily a level that you would display, but it could be like, I don't know, laid out the same as like a battle pass or something. But it was basically, let's say every 5 levels worth of XP, you unlocked a new item. So let's say once you go through 5 levels worth of XP, so let's say, I don't know, like 50,000 XP. Once you get through 50,000 XP, once you've hit the max level, you'll unlock an exclusive calling card. Once you do another 50,000, you get an emblem. Once you do that, you get a camo and like a charm or something like that, you know, some kind of reward, and then maybe like an end goal, whereas like the final one was like an animated calling card or an animated camo or something, or maybe even a collection of items. I'm not too sure, but this would be such an amazing alternative for this system. This would give someone like me something to grind for after the season level, but at the same time it keeps the same system in place. But as much as I love this idea, and as much as I'd love to sit here and discuss all different ideas with other people and see what people have to come up with, it's just not a reality, unfortunately. I mean, this is the system that is in play. There's no way that I'm going to be allowed to go from level 250, let's say in season 1, I can get to level 1000 if I want. If I went to level 1000, but then I'll be reset back down to 250 to then go to 500. I'm unlocking something I've already unlocked. I can't think of any other way for this to work without breaking the system. I mean, every compromise that I come to try and make this a good system, it doesn't work. So the only way it can work is if we go back to the seasonal prestige or just the OG prestige. I think the way that this should have worked, really, yeah, it would have been great to say that we could have the OG prestige system from launch, but the way this could have worked, we could have had this level 55 sort of downtime, and then once season 1 begins, we're just clear to go. We can get to level 2000, we can get to prestige 25, and at the end of that, there's some ultimate reward, maybe a calling card, maybe a camo, maybe both. I don't really know, but the only way this system is made better is if it's gone. Now, am I overreacting? Sure. I mean, this is a fucking video game at the end of the day. It doesn't matter, but the way I see it at the moment, it's really restricted for someone like me, and by the time season 6 comes around, it's not going to be a problem. This is just a now problem, but the thing is, I don't live in season 6, I live in now. I want my progress now. You know, by the time that season 6 comes out, I'm going to be prestige 25, level 2000 or whatever, and I'm not going to really care about the now, but the problem is, we're not there now, so this isn't going to be a problem in a few months. You know, if someone picks up the game in season 6, they have access to all those prestiges, whereas I've had to be drip fed 5 prestiges across like 8-10 months. So it's just annoying to have to be drip fed my progression like this, but like I said, it's not going to be a problem in a few months' time. It is what it is, I suppose. And the sad reality is, this is most likely going to be the prestige for a good amount of time. I don't know why they keep meddling with the prestige system. I mean, every year they keep bringing out a new prestige system where, you know, you can have your persistent prestige rank or whatever, but the old system just worked. Why is our rank being tied to the season? It doesn't make sense. That's why we have a battle pass. You know, we have a battle pass to unlock rewards every season. If you miss out on the tier 100 thing or whatever it's going to be this year, that's it. You missed out. You can't get it back. I mean, granted, in Modern Warfare 2019, and I think in Cold War, they re-released those in bundles, but I don't care about that. I'm not here for the exclusivity. But the way that it works is that you have those seasonal challenges, you have your battle pass, you know, those things are designed to be season timed exclusives, which I like. But when it comes to the core leveling system, why is it tied to seasons? Why? It doesn't make sense. Like, let me get to max prestige level 1000. Let's say I'm a freak, right? I hit that in 3 months of playtime. I would never do that. I'd never be able to. But let's say I hit max prestige level 1000 in 2 months. I'm going to be sat there like, right, what can I do now? But if they give me enough things in the season to actually go for, like challenges and battle passes or whatever, if they give me good enough rewards where there's an incentive to carry on playing the game beyond that, they don't need to worry about retention with the level. I mean, they've probably seen an increase in retention since this prestige system was released. I mean, I literally gave Cold War bonuses for this and said it might even rival the OG prestige system because it keeps player retention throughout the entire 6 seasons, so you're playing the game for the entire year. But then I realised it felt like a chore to come back every season and play the game, especially if you didn't like it. Like, I didn't enjoy Black Ops Cold War during its life cycle, so I would just, it'd be a chore for me to come back and have to get to level 200 or whatever. I'd end up doing it in zombies. But the core rank doesn't need to be tied to these seasons. Once again, that's why we have seasonal challenges and battle passes and stuff. They don't need to think that, but I'm just shouting into a mic at the end of the day. I'm not going to make any significant changes. And the sad thing is, this system is going to be here to stay. They're going to be holding back our progression every season because they see an increase in player retention. People are playing their game throughout the entire year. That's what the shareholders want to see. So that's what's going to stay. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys very much for watching. This is definitely a longer video than I usually do. Me sat here ranking about prestiges as if that actually matters in life. I'm going to be sat here at 65 in my deathbed thinking about how the Modern Warfare 2 prestige system wasn't fair on me. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe if you are new around here. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.